You want to go pee-pee? Come on, jump. Hey, how you doing, Mary? I don't know what the name of this place is. Come on, hon. It's right. No, it's something State Park. It's right. It's right across. It's a state park. Oh man, 62 it showed on that temperature gauge. I got about 6 or 7 interviews. I got some good photography. Did you get your rocks? Those were kind of the fossil-y looking ones. I'm not so sure you'd have picked those out yourself, but yeah, yep. You'll know it in a minute. Oh, you're welcome. I don't think you'd have picked those out. You seem to pick out the little ones. But believe it or not, I walked down, there's ice shelves there. You could drown so easy there, it's ridiculous. And if you'd have went with me today, you'd have broke your other foot. Half those stairs were like treacherous. Super slippery, bust your ass, hold the guardrail down the whole way. I was afraid to take this van down there, so I parked up there at the top. I've got some crappy tires on here. You can't see very good down there because those ice shelves are so high. I thought those were cool. Hey, Mary, did you notice that one rock has got that sparkle in it, like that Georgia agate? Did you see that? I thought that was really odd. That one rock's got sparkly in it. I never saw a rock with sparkles in it like that up here. It looks like the same rock from Georgia. Not much floating ice out there, though. Yeah, look at one in the light. It looks just like that Georgia agate. One of the big ones. Georgia granite, I mean. Yeah, it was State Park, yeah. Yeah, you're right about that. Down at the soup kitchen. That was another experience today. You know, management isn't all that thrilled about me interviewing these people. Yeah, they're not too thrilled about me interviewing people. Oh, cool, Justin. All sorts of reasons. I mean, the guy came out, he was pretty cool about it. He said that the fellow businesses around there complain, and that people have taken their stories and used them to try and solicit money on fake websites. No, I'm not going there. Nope. Yeah, I thought it was kind of a weird take on it all, to be honest with you. The guy that I talked to, the last guy, was pretty cool. But it's just, it isn't what I would call friendly. I mean, these are consenting adults having tough times. I mean, there's no smoking gun, you know. Yeah, it's really weird. Strange. Last time they called the cops. Oh, thank you, Justin. Yeah, I can tell people, they call Well, you think that you go out and do these interviews, it's like, I'm not saying it's hard, but it's not smooth sailing. Well, I don't know if you guys have fooled around with that cryptocurrency, but I'll tell you, it'll drive you crazy if you got a lot of money in it. I don't have a lot of money in it. It's just kind of fun. But you talk about a volatile market. $8.50 a night, Justin. $8.50 a night. I know somebody that's going to a conference. Oh, thank you, Seagrave. Thank you, Sir Grave. You'd have to be aware of that song for it to make sense. Which thank you for being that way. I mean, it's frustrating, man, believe me. Maddie's a sweet person. Maddie would kill it as a real estate agent, car salesman, anything. She wouldn't need to do anything different. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, if you need to count on the money down the road, I would not recommend it. Yeah, go up there this summer, Justin. Yeah, get your reservations in. I don't like camping, to tell you the truth. I wish I did, but I wouldn't mind it like where nobody was at, but I don't want to be in a campground. No thanks. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah, go to Taos, Justin. Go to Taos Point State Park. Hey, Frisky. Yeah, I like the idea of camping, but I'm a hotel guy. I'm too lazy. There's too many things to do. I switched taking this Abilify at night and I take it in the day. It seems to work a lot better. I'm not exhausted. I think that damn Abilify was wrecking my REM sleep. I'll tell you the truth. Yeah, those chicks were so cute. You know, I think you already know this, but I already arranged giving them to a clerk that works there. I went in there and I said, hey, look, I've been wanting to photograph some of these chickens and video them for quite a while. And do you know anybody in here that's into that? She said, yeah, me and whatever the other girl's name is. She said, we're into it. We both raise them, have them. I said, well, how about this? Why don't you pick out, do you think you could pick out 5 chicks? I'll pay for them. And I'll bring them back in a couple hours. And they said, oh, yeah, really? It's like, yeah. And that's exactly what happened. What do you think those chicks cost? You're not going to believe it. What do you think each chicken cost? Yeah, I mean, I was kind of surprised. Any guesses out there what you think a baby chicken cost? $5 for all of them. $1 a piece. That's all they were, $1 a piece. Yep, that's it, $1 a piece. I think that's cheap, man. I wouldn't mess with them for that. You got to take care of them and yeah, it was fun. I didn't have them too long, you know, and those girls raised them, and that's why I didn't take any food. She said they wouldn't eat anyway, getting moved around. They were so damn cute. It's ridiculous. I mean, just innocent little chickens. So cute. Yeah, that's right. I just couldn't own a farm. I just couldn't do it. I know I couldn't. That won't stop me from getting an omelet tomorrow morning, but I just couldn't do that. The eggs I could do, but I couldn't be like killing my chickens to have fried chicken dinner. Same reason I don't hunt. I think chickens are cool. I like to have some. Boy, that beekeeping book, you know, I'm out of bees, have been for quite a while, about 13 years. But if you took everything I thought about bees and you put it in a book, it would be in this book I bought today. Absolutely excellent. Of course, anything that I agree with is excellent. And they think just like I do, so of course that's excellent. But these people really have beekeepers pegged. They know exactly what they're talking about. My adage is that beekeepers in general are full of shit. They've marketed themselves as good stewards of Mother Nature, which is absolutely false. They're some of the biggest exploiters ever of animals. They treat bees like shit. They know nothing about what they're doing, and they're only in it to make money. They'd sell their own mother's snatch if they could get $25 for it. So why would you expect them to be kind to a bee? Yep. I blocked about another 10 people today. I got I'm smiling right now. Just rude comments. Hey, Philip. Talking down about people. Oh, I don't think you're a beekeeper, no. I got my radar on for beekeepers. Some people are just innocent bystanders that don't believe, or they believe what they're told, and they don't know the real truth. Oh, thank you. They think because it's an insect, you don't have to like treat it right. People bitch at me about raising these praying mantises that are going to hatch in the next couple weeks. Well, I got news for you people that honeybees aren't supposed to be here either. They're not indigenous. They weren't even in the United States till about 1840. So take that one and you put it in your pipe and smoke it. Mary, how's your ankle doing? You feeling like $1,000,000 yet? My cryptocurrency went up 5.38% today. Oh, big time. Yeah, sure are. I've even been to lectures at MSU. Let me give you an example. There's this guy I used to buy, you buy package bees in the spring. I didn't have very good luck with bees in Michigan. And that means you get a package with a queen and a bunch of workers. About 3 pounds of bees. Anyway, I was buying mine from this guy. He's not Amish, but you'd think he was Amish. They're Christian right-wingers. And they dress like they're Amish, but they don't identify themselves as Amish. But everything's Jesus. I don't care. They're nice people. We avoided religion. I bought my package bees from him. The hell of a sunset, Mary. Go outside and look at that sunset. Anyway, I'm down there one day, and I'm talking to this guy, and these people pull up in a pickup, and it's like 34 degrees out. And as it turns out, it's Michigan State University. And there's this Asian guy who's got a PhD. Actually, he defected from China. And he's a bee expert, a world-known bee expert. You could figure it out if you wanted to. And China got a hold of him. They said, yeah, it's cool, you like Michigan State and you're a bee expert. But you can plan on paying us back for that PhD we funded. Or, expect to have your head lopped off. So he paid him back, and he's living here happily ever after. And he was there. There was some assistant. And they've got an open bed pickup truck. Now, mind you, it's like 35, 36 degrees. And they're buying, they lose bees just like everybody else does through the winter. So I said to this guy, I said, what are they going to do? He said they're buying like, 40, or it was a big order, 40 or 60 package bees. You're not going to put those all inside a thing. They were on like pallets. It must have been more than that, because you could fit 60 packages inside a pickup truck if it was enclosed. It was a lot. And he said they're going to take them back. I said, well, those bees are not going to make it. It's too cold. It was really damp. It was about a 60-mile drive. He said, I know. I said, well, why don't you try mentioning it? It's not my business. But now this is how I get in trouble all the time. It's true, it was not my business. But I decided to butt my nose into it and let the chips fall where they may. So I went up to this guy and I said, hey, I wasn't trying to embarrass him. I was just, Mary, check this sunset out. I can see it in my rearview mirror because I'm heading east. I said, you're going back to East Lansing. I said, well, it's a little cold to have those bees out there, driving down the road. Bees aren't used to 65-mile-an-hour winds. And he said, yeah, they'll be all right. Well, you know what? 90% of them died. This is a world-renowned expert in beekeeping. I could have taken you to a 7th grader beekeeper and asked him, what do you think about taking these bees 60 miles in the back of a truck in a 35-degree day? And he'd probably say, why don't you do it another day? But this is my point about some of these experts. They're so full of shit. There's aviation experts that They're still looking for the rest of their body after they splattered themselves across a cornfield trying to do something in an airplane that they thought was just no problem at all. So, I mean, I'm not saying experts don't have a lot to offer, but they're not always right. And sometimes they do some really stupid shit. Oh, wow, sorry about that. Yeah, I see these people riding bikes like on a road like this. You couldn't give me $1 million to ride a bike down the side of the road. No way. Yeah, I mean, they're just full of shit. Just do stupid stuff. Hey, Bopak. Yeah, one mistake. That's true. Yep, one mistake. You know, mistakes different than some guy that thinks he knows everything. I mean, I made mistakes, and luckily I always lived through them. There was a guy that was a couple pilots, and he took his friend, and this is about 20 years ago or so. And fuel-injected airplanes on a hot summer day have a way of flooding sometimes. And the way, believe it or not, is to round that, is to put the throttle to full and the mixture all the way to lean. And crank it until it fires, and the minute it fires, you reverse those. You bring the throttle back and you bring the mixture up. But, you know, there could be a second or two where this thing is trying to develop full power. Anyway, these guys are in a fuel-injected something, some kind of Piper. They get out there and it's flooded, and of course, this is what kills most people. You want to get home. You know, you're 300 miles away, there's no rental cars, you got to be to work. All this stuff is what gets you killed. So he tells his non-pilot buddy, will you just do this, and, you know, as soon as this thing catches, reverse these levers, and we'll be on our way. So you're asking for it, right? And the wheels weren't chalked either. Well, as it turns out, that's not quite what happened. What did happen, though, is the engine tried to fire. You know, all you need is one good compression stroke. You don't need it spinning around like it would be if it was going to power the airplane. And sure as shit, this thing caught, and it caught this guy right behind the head. One stroke. And I know that 2 months later that the guy was talking. The only problem was no one could understand what he was saying. Had that kind of significant brain damage, and that's the last I ever heard about it. I don't know if he died, you know, eventually went to rehab, whatever. But here you are, you're up there and having fun, taking people for rides and whatever, and you end up becoming basically semi-comatose over letting a non-pilot. I've done that myself before, but I would never let somebody be in front of the airplane while I'm trying to do it. No, insurance companies don't want to pay. You better believe they don't. Yep. I met an interesting group of guys today. You know, you guys know this already. It's the same with street girls and drug addiction and all that stuff. It's the homeless too. And I'm not saying it was this way with everybody, but usually in the first 5 minutes of a conversation, there's something going on there rather than just bad luck. It's pretty apparent that there's some psychological issues which manifests itself as being unable to work. But it's much different than someone just not being able to gain employment. Yeah, hitting the head by the propeller. Yeah. Yep. I'll tell you another weird one that I still can't figure this out. You would be surprised the people that walk into the tail rotor of helicopters, which is a mystery to me. Actually, that's how one of Jacques Cousteau's sons was killed. Yeah, I don't. How do you get out of a helicopter? I agree. It's like a blur, you know. It's not like. Look at that sunset, Mary. Look at that sunset, you guys. My mirror. You see that sunset in my mirror? My side mirror? Yeah, it's already too low now. What a beautiful sunset. Mary, get out and look out there. Gorgeous. If I'd have known it was going to be this good, I'd have waited around where I would have got a sunset on the water. But you never know. I've been striking out on sunsets for a couple weeks now. Boy, what a killer sunset. Look at that. Yeah, it is beautiful. Maybe I can get some more skin cancer. You know, I used I did get a bunch of skin cancer taken out of my face and my back. And I figured as long as I look that bad, it's not like it's going to hurt my modeling career. I had some topical chemotherapy. I know that sounds bad, but what it is, it's cream and it attacks the cancerous cells that this dermatologist, who's kind of half-assed, may have missed. So I've been smearing that on my face for a couple weeks, and what it does is it attacks these even precancerous cells and it obliterates them with a chemical concoction that occurs as a result of being in touch with live cells. And it looks like you took a can of lighter fluid and you squirted it all over my face and let it looks just like that. Matter of fact, that would probably look better. I mean, all over my face I've got these big, deep red, like burn marks. And I got these big, huge, like, it looks like somebody took us cigars and tried to put them out of my face, which I'm sure there are people out there that would love the opportunity to do that. But I couldn't look like more. If you didn't know what that was, you would look at me and you'd think, wow. And I was in the coffee shop today, and there was, there were two cute young girls, maybe 11, 12, and they were talking. One was ordering a coffee, and I said, wow. And her mother was sitting right next to her. And I said, wow, boy, you're drinking coffee already, huh? She said, yeah, my mom lets me have a cup here and there. She said, sometimes I get jittery. And we're talking, these kids are just super bright, great manners, not afraid at all to talk to strangers. And the mom was kind of smiling. We had a conversation for about 10 minutes. It was fun talking to them, really. But I couldn't help but think, as this mother sat there and witnessed me talking to the kids, what she was thinking by my appearance. You know, I never dressed too hot. You know, I got like a pink under t-shirt on with a camouflage top, and it looks like I'm a drug addict or something. I mean, it looks really bad, like I got a diseased face or something, but it didn't seem to faze them at all. I was waiting for one of those kids. Those kids were very cultured and sharp, but I was kind of waiting for one to say, what's wrong with your face? Yeah, topical chemo, that's what it is. I mean, that sounds terrible, but that's exactly what it is. There's a couple times I have Aldera, but Florazine 5 is another thing they call it. Works really good. What's nice about it, first of all, it isn't systemic, so it's topical only, and secondly, it works. It nips that cancer right in its bud. You know, I noticed melanoma on a friend of mine the other day. I don't know if I told you guys that or not. And I did not. I've told you before, too, that under certain circumstances, I do lie. And I lied to him. Because he asked me to take a look at it. And I did. And he said, you don't think that's melanoma, do you? And I thought to myself, I do think it's melanoma. As a matter of fact, it's a textbook photograph of melanoma. And what I said was, just get a biopsy, you know. I'm not going to tell you what I think it looks like because it doesn't matter. I'm not a doctor, and you're going to get a biopsy anyway, and that's what you're going to depend on. He said, no, really, do you think it looks like melanoma? I said, well, maybe, maybe not. I don't know. I don't want to say. I'm talking out my ass. You know, I'm just a flunky PI with a huge porn collection. But he definitely has melanoma, for sure. Now, he's going to get the bomb dropped on him about a week ago, probably around Tuesday or Wednesday. Now, hopefully, you know, there's a lot of ways you can go with that. Yeah, exactly right, man. Yeah, you know 10 times more than I know, you know. Now, I have noticed skin cancer on people quite a few times and told them about it and they got it treated. It's because I've had it. And most of that damage occurs by the time you get savvy to better care. It's too late. If you come from a couple pill popping drunks that brought me into this world, by the time this skin cancer started showing, there was nothing that I was going to do to head that off at the pass. That young childhood burns were what got it going. Now, I'm sure there's other mechanisms that create that, but basically it's childhood exposure, which I couldn't have been a better candidate for sun damage at a young age. Yeah, I had two kinds this time. I've had basal cell a bunch. I had basal and squamous. And you would be you know what's interesting to me is you would be surprised where some people get skin cancer. Like, I know one girl that got it under, like, her, almost in her armpit. Now, how much sun did their armpit get? And she wasn't a tanner, so it wasn't like she was stretched out in her arms over her head and laying out on a blanket for 10 hours a day when she was young. It just crops up in some of the odd places, which kind of lends itself against always exposure related. You know? Now, my hair started getting thin at a young age, and I knew that I was in trouble, so I protected myself. But I think even at a young age, you know, 18, I was way past the curve of heading anything off at the pass. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of them, Tom. Yeah, actinic keratosis, squamous cell, melanoma, basal cell. Yeah, I've had them all pretty much, but I'm sure there's some weird ones out there that they don't see very often. But melanoma is the one you don't want to get. Once that metastasizes, I mean, it's not uncommon for it to be tits up. I remember being down at U of M has like a clinic for skin cancer. I remember being down there about 20 years ago, and there were two housewives in there that had been diagnosed with melanoma. And I was talking to their husbands, and they were both in treatment rooms, and we talked, and I said, hey, best of luck to you. And we switched emails. I said, let me know how you make out, you know, best of luck to you. You know, at least you're on it and you're checking. But I got an idea. Look at this sunset. What a killer sunset. Anyway, I never heard from either one of them. I bet they died. Yeah. It's too bad. What a way to go. Yeah, Mary broke her ankle. She's got an ankle with pins in it. Hey Faye, how you doing? Yep, Farmer's Delight. Yeah, pins in a You know, no, I broke my hand. I broke my right hand 3 times. Boxer's fractures. And I finally got the pin taken out of it. You know, anytime I'd shake hands with somebody, it bothered me. So I just had it taken out. I wonder if that's ever an option with you, Mary, once it heals. You know, Mary, I forgot your shirt today. Giant vibrator. Hey, Jackie. Hey, Jeff, I bought another camera and I'm going to get another one Saturday. Yeah, she fell in her driveway. Graphic, you still working your butt off? You know what's weird about this van? These lights don't come on automatically. Which I didn't even think was possible. Yeah, it's a dog snoring, yeah. I renamed her. She's called the Peeing Machine. Jeff, you been using your GoPro much? Yeah, I wonder why I'm not getting notices for your video. I clicked the bell thing. No, I got the Astrovan. I put $25 worth of additives in it yesterday. I'd like to get that lifter fixed. That's costing me some PSI in my oil pressure. I drove it around for about 50 miles yesterday. This gets such better gas mileage, it's ridiculous. I've been averaging about 22, which is better than 16. Yeah, got gas prices. It's not bad though if you look at what Europe pays. cost me like another 20 bucks to fill up. Man, it's not the end of the world. I don't really care about it that much. Yeah, it's about 60 bucks to... This is only a 20-gallon tank. The Astro is 24, but you could fit 27 in it. Now today I drove slow a lot, so it looks pretty good. I got 363 miles and a quarter tank left, which should be 5 gallons. No, probably not. Yeah, that's all right though. I didn't realize you got it taken out. Huh. Yeah, another surgery. Hopefully you can postpone it until, like, you know, well, either way you're kind of screwed, I guess. Will that be time off work and the whole bit? Were you buried at work when you went back, Mary? $5.35. Wow. Yeah, well, you wait prices if you haven't noticed already. I can't imagine being an owner-operator right now. Although I think a lot of these places now, since this fuel thing's been going on, have surcharges built into the contract or the agreement. Good night, this and that. Well, have a good night, Graphic. Those videos, I will upload them tonight, but they're 4K and they'll take forever, so I wouldn't recommend waiting for them. Faye, how's your knee feeling? You over the pain level? High level? Hey, Conan. Oh, good for you. This Toyota, it's got a console, and either it's up or it's down. And when it's down, there's no armrest. I mean, I think the Astro van had it beat. I don't like a console in the middle anyway. Yeah, over here they do, Philip. They do it over here. Yeah, I don't really care for Girl Scout cookies. I don't think they taste that good. Not the ones I've tried, anyway. I usually just give them the money and don't even get the cookies. Look at the moon. Is it a full moon tonight? Looks like it. Is that a full moon tonight, you guys? It looks full tonight, but beautiful. I gotta see if I can get a conversion for my mount. Put these big Nikon lenses on my Sony. I got a great perch lunch today. Expensive, but good. Yeah, I took some infrared shots down at Pinconning last night. Came out great. Not infrared, late night shots. It was pitch dark and you could still see. No, Scallywags is closed for good. Looks like he died, you know. You knew that, and I think you sent me the article on it. They're closed. Looks like they're closed for good. Yeah, they didn't. After he died, they never opened again. All the stuff sitting in the window. Yeah, it's cool out here. Yeah, my taste has changed as I've gotten older. Yeah, I don't really like spicy foods as much as I used to. Another thing I noticed I don't like as much is smoked stuff. Cheapest I saw gas today was $4.15. Yeah, I'll go a long time without drinking a pop and then drink like a Diet Pepsi with some fried foods. It's great. About another 20 bucks a tank. Not as bad as you'd think it would. You You can't get Diet Pepsi, Philip? Oh, $3.99. Oh, okay. Kroger's big down there in Cincinnati. I'm gonna go take a look over in Taos tomorrow. Dave and Debbie will kill me if the ice breaks up and I don't tell them about it. All right, but don't wait for them. They're going to take a long time. You're 4K and it took a while, and I'm not home yet. So have a good night. Appreciate you hanging in there. Talk to you tomorrow.